Hello everyone, good evening. It's story time again. I still want to tell you another story about marriage. As I always tell you, I'm not discouraging anyone. I'm not like making the younger ones to be afraid, but I'm just highlighting the things they need to watch out for in their marriages so that they can be safe. Okay? So it's story time. There was a young man, he was doing financially very well. He had a wife. He was in his early 40s and the wife was in the mid 30s. Okay. So they started really early, they have grown up children, even as at this early age, they have a child that is already in the university. You can imagine they start so early. Okay. Really, they are the northerners. The northerners most times get married very early. They don't mind the age. You can just see a northerner would be like 13 years. Somebody has already come to marry her, and the parents will not be worried, provided the man can pay the bride price. They are okay. They'll just give her the child. That is not a woman, that is a child. I remember some time back when one Alhaji married a girl of 13 years. The Alhaji was 75, the girl was 13. The news was everywhere, everybody was complaining. Okay, that is not really the issue here. The story I want to bring to you now is the story of this young man in his early 40s and his wife in his mid 30s. Okay, so now um the man is late, he has died, and circumstances surrounding his death looks like he was killed by the wife. To me, clean clear, I can tell you he was killed by the wife, but our family members are scared of making this pronouncement that it's this woman that killed the wife. Is this woman that killed the husband. But to me, the moment I heard the story of everything, I said, I don't need a pastor, I don't need a prophet, I don't need anybody to tell me any vision. It is the woman that actually did this. Okay. So the story goes this way. The man is a very loving man. Meanwhile, the wife is a very harsh woman. She doesn't associate, she's always angry, she's always quarreling. When your spouse, be it your wife or your husband, is always angry, always quarreling, know it that you are living with your enemy automatically. You don't need anybody to tell you you are living with your enemy. Okay? So they were in this relationship for many number of years. They have a grown-up child. So at a time, the woman became sick and she lost her kidney, one of her kidney. And um as she lost one of the kidney, it was advised that she should not have any pregnancy again. However, they had three girls together already as at that time. So the man was desperate of having a baby boy. Okay, so secretly he went to get married to another lady, and he sponsored the lady abroad, and this lady on her own too has had her own three children. Okay, and these three children were three boys. Okay, so at a particular time, the lady, the new wife, that is a secret wife, wanted it that it should be exposed, that everybody will know that she is a wife and she is having some children and she is living somewhere. Okay, so it seems to be that the heat was too much, and the husband decided to let the senior wife that is in her mid 30s, that is having three female children, to know that there is a second wife somewhere, because of the reason that the husband need male children. Okay, so he called this woman And as in the husband called the first wife, sit her down, and let her know that because of her health condition, that she will not be able to have other children. He has decided to have another wife, which he has already gotten, and they have had three children together. And he will want the first wife to meet up with the new wife, and the conversation actually went well that very day. And he connected them on phone that they should talk to each other. The one in the house and the secret wife, they talk to each other. They talk to each other using the man's phone that day, and they exchange phone number. But after that very moment, the first wife became extremely angry. Every time she was angry, every time she was angry. Okay. So a few days later, remember I said at the beginning that the man is a rich man. He's late now, so was a rich man. Okay. So a few days later, uh, the man was alone in the house with the first wife. Second wife has not come yet. She's still away. It's actually said that she is in Canada. Okay. So when this first wife and the husband were alone in the house, the husband started vomiting blood, and the woman just kept so calm. The man was vomiting blood, was vomiting blood. After a long while, she noticed that the man's strength is gone and the man cannot talk anymore. She picked up her phone and called nearby family members that they should come, that um their brother is not feeling fine. That was how she put it. And she also went to call their houseboy that was in another room, that he should go out there and tell family members to come around, that their brother is not feeling fine. Okay. By the time the brothers came, the blood the man was vomiting, some of them were already clothing, like gumming, like becoming dark on the ground. Okay. Fresh blood is most times light, not most times, is really light, and it cannot just start gumming immediately. Just imagine if you kill a goat now, the blood cannot just start gumming. Should I use the word freezing? Like start becoming sticky and freezing immediately. It takes some minutes before it will start becoming gumming, like getting frozen, or I don't know how. Um, getting cake, like it's getting cake, like it's becoming strong. It must take some minutes. So when family members came, they saw that the blood was already getting strong. That is to say, this vomiting of blood didn't start as at when the woman called. She waited for quite some time for the man to vomit enough blood and lose his strength, such that even if anybody come around, the possibility of the man surviving may likely not be there again. A situation where the man can no longer talk. He was just waving his hand and trying to hit his chest. That was all the man was doing when people came. So they tried to rush him to the clinic. When they got there, the man died. So, in my own point of view, where I said this woman is not innocent, is because she did not call people as at when the vomiting of blood started. Everybody that saw the blood, they noticed that that blood did not, um, as in, it was not a blood that was vomited as at when they were called. It looks like the vomiting has started for like 30 minutes to 1 hour, because it was already becoming sticky. It was becoming sticky already. Okay. So, looking at the whole of the and that same night, this event happened in the night. That same night, the first wife picked up her phone and started calling the new wife that was outside, asking her, "Do you have any hidden property that our husband have with you? Like you are having the papers, the receipt of any property with you? That was the question that the first wife was asking that other wife. Instead of her talking about their husband has died or something like, or she's crying, she was so strong. Okay, keeping that aside, after they confirmed the person was dead, she also follow everybody to the um the hometown as it was supposed to be, and she was expected to mourn for some days. But this lady did not mourn for some days. She just stayed for just 2 days, while others were still crying and mourning. She secretly left the house on the second day before daybreak that people realized she already left the house, and she find her way to the city. The next thing, she started looking for buyers to buy off properties. Then you, the listener, judge this to yourself. Do you not think it's the woman that killed the husband? What did you think to yourself? That is why I will tell everyone it is a very good thing to get married and have children for the sake of the future. By the time your strength is going down, your children's strength is rising, and they will be your guide at old age. So it's good to have children. You are getting married for the sake of children. There is every possibility that when you get married, your spouse will be your rising or will be your falling. So when you are in your marriage, always wash your back. Never be too relaxed, because you are either living with your friend or you are living with your enemy. We have heard of so many stories of people having attacks from their spouse. There was a place, this story I'm bringing in now, I've said it in one of my videos before. I was living in a place at Udu Road in Warri, and they told me my next door apartment, as in after my apartment, the next apartment, 2 years before I came to that place, that a wife carried 5 liter acid and pour on her husband's body from head to toe by the midnight around 2 a.m. What is the problem? That the husband was having side chick. So in marriage, always wash your back. The moment you notice that your spouse is always angry, always shouting and always insulting, it's time for you to be at alert. Learn all security tips. Be at alert, because you are automatically living with your enemy already. If you can quit, my dear, quit. But if you have any reason, like some people always have a reason, like the houses they build together, the children they are together, all this kind of stuff, be at alert always. See, if anybody love you, the person will not have the energy to shout on you, to insult you, to be angry at you. Where there is love, there is always joy. The moment there is no joy, know it that you are living with your enemy. There used to be a couple some time back. They would be in the house, just one thing that happened. They will stop talking to each other for the next 1 month, but they are living in the same roof. So it's a good thing to get married. But when you are inside the marriage, always wash your back. Do not lose your life because of marriage.